challenged a witcher. Must have had a death wish.
Greetings and welcome to another optional extra video, where today we're talking about the latest Soul Calibur reveal, as well as, from that, what our future predictions are, or rather, like a dream prediction would be for a tie-in franchise to another game. I'm Russell, and joining me is Mitchell.
Place of power, it's gotta be.
The power is in the stones.
Rock solid power.
So basically, Soul Calibur just revealed that people kind of have just worked it out ages ago as soon as CD Projekt started tweeting out.
Yeah.
But they revealed that Geralt was officially added into the Soul Calibur latest release, so 6.
Soul Calibur 6.
Which on paper, Mitchell, do you think that's a good choice?
I am going to buy this game just because it's got Geralt in it. So it's probably the best choice they ever made.
That literally sells it. It's like, well, if you're willing to buy it, a game I assume you wouldn't have even touched if Geralt wasn't in it.
I've played it because of Link before.
So basically the tie-in characters are so essential just because of that.
Oh yeah, and it's a staple of the Soul Calibur series, and there's a reason why.
Yeah, basically all the Soul Calibur games have had some tie-in of some form. I mean, let's say not all of them, the later ones started to get the tie-ins.
Yeah,
with
not
Link.
the original.
Yeah. So I think Link was like the first big breakthrough. It's like, oh man, they're adding in a Zelda character into another fighting game.
You know, most people would have said, wow, they're adding in Zelda. And that would have been where that ended.
True, back in the day. I think people these days know the difference between Link and Zelda, but maybe not.
Maybe not, we hope so.
Yeah, but I also think the most recognizable thing they did was connecting Darth Vader and Yoda with Soul Calibur 4. They've done a lot of other connections, but I think those are probably the most recognizable ones. And I think Geralt's way up there.
Geralt is no Darth Vader, but the fact that you even put Darth Vader in was crazy. Like, crazy cool, because it's like, the only fighting game with Darth Vader in is nothing. And that's not a great game.
It was a different time. These days, it's like, Disney wouldn't just let it be branded off like that.
Nope.
Like, it would be a huge process and rigmarole to actually get it done in a game.
And then you end up with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that game was worse because of Disney's involvement specifically. The restrictions on it. But even Marvel's Capcom, just like the ideas of tying games and just the ideas that can come from it. Like, no one expected Mario plus Rabbids to be a good game.
No. That was like, in your head, there's like, this is probably one of the worst ideas Nintendo has ever made. And then you saw the game at E3 and like, okay, I'll shut up now. You've proved it.
Yeah, and I mean, Ubisoft did a good job there, but we thought we'd come up with our own kind of ideas or predictions or something that could maybe exist in some kind of nebulous.
Alternate universes, there's infinite.
So, Mitch, if you were to pitch like a crazy Mario plus Rabbids game that could exist, what would it be?
Well, this one is, I'm excited to say it, Pokemon Cross Digimon as an action RPG for the Nintendo Switch. So
Action RPG?
Action RPG. So think of it more like, I'm trying to think, like a third-person action, like hack and slash, maybe Devil May Cry, or something like that. However, the idea is that an event happened where the Digimon appeared and caused the apocalypse. So you star as this, basically a Pokemon trainer, but your ally fights with you. So you're fighting against all these digital monsters who have appeared, trying to save what remains of the human and Pokemon races. And like through that crazy gameplay, it's just something that would probably never happen, but I think would be very cool if it's like set in like Kanto region or Johto or something, and it's like been burned to the ground by the war that happened with. There's like Pokemon like skeletons littering the place. It's like, think like Code Vein kind of, but a bit better art style and maybe a bit more color because it's a bit lacking in that department. But still kind of keep like the anime-ish look and like add guns and swords and all kinds of shit. Let's go crazy.
So, who are you playing as? Are you a Pokemon? Or?
You're a Pokemon trainer.
Trainer, okay.
And you at the start, like a Pokemon game, you pick who your ally is, and they evolve and get stronger because it's still an RPG, and they fight with you. And it's like, think Final Fantasy 15, how you've like joint attacks. So it's like they're part of your kind of attacks and all that, so they join up with you to fight. So I think like, I don't know what Pokemon you start with, but I really want Charizard, just because he's a dragon, just burning up some Digimon.
Yeah, it's like I'm getting Ni no Kuni vibes because Ni no Kuni is kind of just like the action RPG aspect with the summoning of little creatures.
But dark as hell.
Super dark. So do creatures look different? So does Pikachu still look like Pikachu, or suddenly he's like super intense looking Pikachu?
No, he still looks like Pikachu, but they could be like, there's not many Pokemon left, so he could be like a battle-scarred Detective Pikachu.
Have we got Cyborg Pikachu in here?
Yeah, definitely. You have a friend of yours, or like Professor Oak survived, and he's allied with Pikachu, but in the start of the game, Pikachu gets severely injured, like because he takes some kind of shot from some kind of Digimon, and gets like severely wounded.
Like, is there an overarching plot end goal? Like, is there a big villain or something?
There's a big villain. You got a Devimon is here, and you have to destroy the Digimon and send them back to the digital realm and force them out of the real world. And so to do that, you have to make it to the center of the city and destroy the machine that brought the Digimon to life.
So it's basically an invasion of Digimon.
Yep, they invade.
In the Pokemon world.
Yep. And it's a brutal invasion.
I'm trying to think if Digimon and Pokemon ever done a crossover before. Like, on paper, it seems like they probably would have. But this, in a lot of ways, they're competitors. Like, direct competitors to each other.
Yeah, Pokemon won that war, but Digimon came to this one with a vengeance.
And what console we're talking here?
Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, it's Pokemon. You know, it needs that graphical power to get through that this is the apocalypse, and to like display all the ruin and grief that the Digimon caused to that world. Some could say this world.
You're definitely playing with the Pro Controller. There's no other way to play this game.
No, you can use motion controls. You just swing it around and you just go nuts. You'll smash your TV, it's fine. It's all good.
Cool.
That's basically... Look forward to that, and please be excited.
Please look forward to E3. The reveal's gonna happen.
It'll happen. You'll all believe... You'll be crazy to think I'm not right.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned Pokemon, because I came to the same realization that Pokemon easily fits into almost any mold you could possibly want it to be, just because of the idea of multiple creatures.
Yeah.
So, for my idea, I basically went Pokemon, and then I need some Nintendo franchise to connect this thing together, and then go, well, let's just go with the biggest of the big and connect it up to Mario. So we've got Mario cross Pokemon.
Oh my god.
With a gameplay system that is very reminiscent of Ape Escape. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that game, Mitchell. Do you know what
I've played Ape Academy, but never played Ape Escape.
Ape Academy, you get the attitude of the creatures. So they're kind of cartoony monkeys that are like just chaotic and whatnot.
Basically rabbits.
Ape Escape, kind of, but they're way less zany. Like, it was more tame back then.
Yeah.
It's more like they got attitude. It was more like the Sonic type monkeys. But the gameplay itself was going around with a net, and essentially you go into these open little areas, and you're collecting the monkeys. You're capturing the monkeys, and they can run away. They can be in like giant robot mechs. They can have machine guns, Uzis, all kinds of shit. And they had varying levels of difficulty. Like, this one's like really hard to catch because it's super quick, or this one's tied. So basically, the idea is you are Mario with a net. And you've basically gone into whatever, sunshine type equivalent thing. He's going on a vacation, and he lands on.
Is the net sentient? Is it like Flood? Can it talk to you?
Yes, I would say it's equivalent of the Pokedex. So it's like that kind of communication. So it's not Cappy. So it hasn't got eyeballs, and it's like
That's a shame.
floating and talking. But it does have the Pokedex aspect, so it's just like, who's that Pokemon with the net?
Will that happen in that game?
Yes, you will definitely have that happen in the game. So it's at the very first level, you've got just the default Pokemon, the ones I know. So you've got Charmander and Bulbasaur and Squirtle. So they're all on the first level, and basically, so they're the kind of default ones you're encountering in this location. So Pokemons have gone awry, and there's too many Pokemons. Basically, they're mass produced to extreme levels, and you got to like rein them in. So the idea is to like basically separate all these monsters because the Pokemon monsters, because there's the big rampant Pokemon. Now, it can be some made-up Pokemon that's unique to this game. Whatever, like, crazy Galactus equivalent.
Oh, you need a legendary.
Creature.
You need, like, the main one. You need a box art Pokemon.
Yeah, and that creature, like Spectre from Ape Escape, has essentially gone sentient and human-like, and it's suddenly gone, us Pokemon should be the supreme race, and they're starting to take control of all the villages in the town and stuff. So the Pokemon have taken over under this guy's reign. So basically, you're trying to stop this person while the gameplay matches Ape Escape as Mario, capturing Pokemon. But the coolest thing is, it's not just capturing Pokemon, because that's what Ape Escape would do. It's also capturing the big Pokemon, and when you capture the big Pokemon, it's more in line with like a Shadow Colossus level fight.
Oh my god.
So when you see these huge Pokemon, you have to like take out specific points before you can actually capture it. With like some kind of, maybe let's say the net that you capture them is just like gets way bigger or something.
Can turn into a hammer or something to whack them.
Yeah, but the idea is like it's the logic of like a puzzle. Like you find these Pokemon, you got to solve how do you capture this thing, and it's huge, and you got to climb on it as Mario, and then take these things down, and then ultimate goal, take down the Voltros Pokemon or whatever.
The Voltros.
The sentient Pokemon that wants to take over the world with his Pokemon
And
mankind.
it's secretly Detective Pikachu.
No, Pikachu's the when you go back to home base, he's like the professor. So he's the one who's like,
no, that's Pokemon Channel. Don't do that.
Pikachu's basically the one who's storing all the other ones. So you go back to base and you talk to Pikachu, and Pikachu's like, you need to go to this planet this location to rescue these Pokemon and restore order back there.
All right.
That's the goal.
Clearly,
E3 this
we
year,
use Pokemon on the mind.
Pokemon's such an easy idea to like tie things together because its concept is easy. Like I could have named other games, World of Final Fantasy, Digimon, whatever, that are like the same logic, but Pokemon's the OG,
the iconic one.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I had a picture of Pikachu with an eye patch and a cyborg arm. So.
Oh yeah, you're doing definitely Cyborg. You're doing Rock and Punch and everything.
Yeah, his like arm detaches and just flies.
Yeah. Mine's Pikachu Professor, so he's got a mustache.
And they're in the same timeline.
Ooh, crossover. Crossover.
You probably can't cross the beams though.
No, it's always dangerous to cross the beams.
Yeah, we're gonna cross them.
But yeah, if anyone's still listening to this, how absurdly ridiculous the ideas have gotten, thank you very much for doing so. If you actually enjoyed it, maybe like and subscribe, or maybe if you have your own crazy idea of a collaboration or connection, be as wacky as you possibly want to be, because we pretty much were.
As long as it's Pokemon.
Thank you, Mitch. Connect the Pokemon while you can. It's always a perfect idea. Thank you, Mitch, for joining
No worries.
for this video.
Pokemon RPG
and
coming
thank you,
soon.
audience, for listening to it. And we'll catch you again soon. See ya.
Digimon came to this one with a vengeance.